Today I'm going to work on applying some wax to my Fjallraven Vidda Pro pants. I'm going to use one leg. I'm going to use the Fjallraven Greenland wax, and the other leg I'm going to use Portland-based otter wax. And we'll see in tomorrow's hike which one performs better. It's important to get a nice even coat of the dry wax, so that way it really soaks in evenly to all the material. Get the seams really well as well. And anywhere that there's a seam like this here, I like to take like the corner of it and get right up against that seam and work the wax right into the bottom of that seam, and then just go over the top of the seam as well to make sure you get it right down inside there. Now these Vidda Pro trousers have the ventilated zipper that's on the side, so I even hit that. Just run it down the zipper itself. The zipper itself, this will also help lubricate the zipper so it moves a little easier, but I just run it right down the zipper itself and allow the zipper to kind of grab some of the wax material, and when I heat this up, it'll soak into the rest of it. So with the Greenland wax, dry material, no heat applied, you just rub the wax on, get the material completely covered that you want coated with the wax, and for the wax to soak in. And then after we get all this applied dry like this, we apply heat, and it's a little bit of work, right? Especially if you want every bit of it covered and get a full benefit of the waxing. So I'll keep doing this, and then I'll bring you back when we start applying some heat. So some people just wax the extra knee pad area. Some people wax just the extra layer on the seat area. For me, because I'm also trying to go for the waterproofing aspect of it, I'm waxing everything, especially down here around the cuff, where obviously this is going to see a lot of mud and a lot of water just kick up from while you're walking. So I'm doing the entire trouser, even the pockets that are out of the leg, the cargo and the map pocket. I'm even doing up here around the hip, the hatchet loop, and the waistband as well. Because again, I'm going for the waterproofing feature of the waxing as well. So the otter wax is a little more oily based. You can see here I applied some up here on the belt line, and it soaks in a little quicker, and then you massage it in to the fabric to get an even coating. That's going to be a lot more work for me right now as a practice and a first time applying it. So I'm just going to stick with the Greenland wax from Fjallraven and just apply that, since I know how it works, and I know that once it melts, I'll get a complete coverage. Even these lighter spots here, when the darker stripes here from the material underneath melt in, it's going to give me a complete coat. You do have to be careful if you're using like this heat gun. It gets pretty hot, or a torch, anything hotter than like a hairdryer, because in the crotch lining of these of these pants is a synthetic material that gives a little stretchiness to it. So you don't want to get the heat too close and melt that material. So it's best to keep the heat gun away a little bit so it's not super hot, but obviously hot enough to melt the wax eventually. Okay, so as you can see, I've got all the wax melted into the material. Now, it looks like there's some discoloration across the material from the waxing. That's not discoloration. That is just a difference in density and saturation of the wax. So some of the places, like where there are seams, the wax obviously is a little heavier, and other places it's a little lighter. So don't be freaked out, because it's not changing the color of the pants, it's not staining the pants. That is just a different density of the wax. But all of the material is waxed, even if it's a lighter color like this, and like this area up here, even though it may be a lighter color, it is all waxed. And it does add a little stiffness to the pants, but that'll loosen up once you put them on and you start wearing them and walking around. So